Hi, I'm Rob Sonic, aka Groove Mechanic, and I've just put together a little rack of a synth so you can use single cycle waveforms to create your own subtractive synth. So what it consists of is a simpler running a very short waveform. It's the smallest it will go with loop and snap-on, so you can load any sound source in here and that will give you your single cycle waveform from which a synth is built. Basically, you have the waveform. Subtractive synthesis is that waveform, and it's taken away using filters and envelopes. So this is just a glitchy perk kit that I've loaded straight into Simpler and done that. Found a nice little spot where it sounded kind of cool, and I've just mapped some macros. These are just for your volume envelope, so you can think of this as your amp control or volume envelope. I've mapped a few other controls here, such as detune if you want to fatten it up. This is for the two oscillators. Sort of running out of macros here, but that's cool. I'll show you around and you can make your own macros or change things around, do what you like. So I'll just show you what it sounds like. Sounds kind of cool. So what enables us to do this, to use single cycle waveforms and create a synth like this, is this little guy. M4L Device, which uses an envelope to control the filter cutoff in this situation, and it's triggered via MIDI. So every time a MIDI note is triggered, it runs through the envelope, which controls the filter cutoff. And I've got another set of macros here, which controls the filter cutoff, which is basically just your maximum value for this envelope controller. And the only downfall with this is that there's no decay or release for your filter envelope. You have to draw it in, and unfortunately I wasn't able to map this to a macro, but this would be your decay for your filter envelope. So yeah, that's whoever made that. Nice. And it's just controlling an auto filter over here, which you can obviously see I've mapped the filter cutoff and filter resonance here. And also filter type if you want to play around with that. And because this is actually a stereo waveform that I loaded in here, as you can see, left and right channels inside there's two little wiggly lines. I put a utility in here to make it mono. So this is just stereo separation. Now this is literally the first sound that I've loaded into this, so I'll make a few more patches, but it was enough to show you around the little rack that I put together. Yeah, there's nothing fancy at the end here, just EQ, ping pong and compressor. I'll turn them off so you can see what it sounds like without it. Still sounds cool, yeah? It's just a small sequence here. Yeah, you get the gist. That's it. You can download a ton of single cycle waveforms from various websites on the net. I'll put a link in the description. But you can literally load any sound in here with the shortest possible segment with loop and snap on, and it'll use that as your single cycle waveform and the basis of the synth. Now with this, you've got control over everything. So say you want to introduce a little bit of drift, where analog synths, the oscillators don't always play exactly the same like this would because it's a sampler. You can try and emulate that with, say, an LFO. with very small amount of depth. Where are we? Depth there, and LFO, it's a very small amount there too. Just to give it some more width, fatness, fatten it up, be slightly different every single hit that way. What else can you do? You could map. You could change the position of this waveform with loop and snap staying on, and just put the loop segment, extend this, put length down, and change the loop segment where it plays, and have the synth playing a different part of the waveform each time. So you've got an ever evolving waveform. And create. You can stack these up, have as many oscillators as you like, and create some pretty cool stuff. So yeah, this is it. Have a play, and yeah, thanks for watching.